You know how you find diamonds in the rough, right? No, y'all really don't understand. There's a lot of things out here, so you get overwhelmed, right? But when you find a diamond in the rough and you cherish it, and that's what we find. This man's been right across from us the whole time, and sometimes you get so caught up in everything that you miss those certain things. We didn't this time. Hey, brother, can you tell people who you are?
Well, first off, peace to you, King. Thank you for allowing me to be interviewed on your platform. That's a loaded question, right? God for an individual. But today I'm here representing La Frontera Mobile Crisis and Impact. So what we do is we respond to crisis calls in the community. So somebody's having a mental health crisis, somebody's feeling suicidal. I'm going to come out to the community. I'm going to assess that individual, make sure that individual has the resources that they need to find the necessary treatment and care. You may need counseling, you may need therapy. We don't know. And sometimes you don't know until you have that conversation. So it's my job to make that connection for you. So if you're struggling, feel free to contact La Frontera Crisis Mobile Impact. We are a 24-hour service. We're available 7 days a week, right? If it's 2 in the morning and you're not feeling it, you think about taking your life, call us, right? That's what we're here for. Outside of my job, I'm also an artist in the community. You may have seen me perform it. You may not. Obviously, be on the lookout for that. But Fabrics Owens is the name. I go by my government name as far as my art is concerned because my art represents me, right? It's no fabrication. It's conscious. It's organic, and it's life, right? We got to be intentional about what we say, how we treat others, and what we do. Because at the end of the day, you're planting seeds, and you got to make sure that the seed you're planting is a good seed and it's laying on good soil.
Hey man, that's a lot. And when I mean diamond in the rough, you don't see a lot of artists really transition like that. You know what I mean? Like the idea, let's say I want to go and help people and still create art. Because sometimes, well, just I'm speaking just in a global spot, most artists going after if we're getting the people that they're influenced, you know, if you activate hate to God, if you make killing somebody cool, it's gonna be cool. Well, you know what I mean? So instead of doing that, we need to sometimes take and understand that we need to be responsible for what we're saying. And it sounds like you do that. But on top of that, I want to ask you this: what made you decide to actually put out of this company? That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's bigger than the company, bro. I feel like I'm walking in my purpose. Whether I'm working for La Frontera or not, I'd still be serving the community. Whether I'm getting paid or not, I'd still be serving the community. It's always been in my heart to help, simply because of the environment that I grew up in. Being a black man in America, being in a community where mental health was not talked about, it was shunned. It just wasn't resources available, and I was struggling. I was a young kid struggling with all type of mental health issues and really didn't even know it. Luckily, I had sports. Luckily, I had other avenues to kind of keep me focused and contain my inner and contain those thoughts that I was having. Right, so I think that is the importance. That is why we do what we do, because at the end of the day, you have relationships, right? And relationships is currency. It's not money, it's not this. Your relationships will make you rich. So we gotta amend, we gotta attend to those relationships. And this is what I'm doing. Just in a higher route. I was in school to get my master's in clinical therapy and counseling. So more than an artist, more than an athlete, it's trying to be a servant.
Man, that's good, man. And, you know, and it's good to meet people like this that's honest and transparent about what the struggles that they went through. In our community, being depressed and all these other things, it was almost a weak look. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, you can't be depressed, and you can't do that. And honestly, what we were doing was bottling up all this emotion, and it would transpire to everybody else. And so you come off as an angry black man, even though you have a reason to be in a certain manner. It's just you held it in so long. You know, and now to see that you did not do that. You took that ball of stress and hate, and you made it light, bro. You made it light, dog. You know what I mean?
Sometimes when we try to overcomplicate the process, right? We can look at life in a few different angles, right? We can look at it in geometry aspect. We was talking about the pressure of the bottle. That pressure has to go somewhere. You see that pressure in that bottle always getting shook. Imagine that bottle, me shaking that bottle, it can represent trauma to an individual, right? Trauma, shaking the bottle, that pressure building up. Where does that pressure go, right? If there's no release, it has to go somewhere. So you choose where that stress, where that pressure, wherever that is, you get to choose where it goes, right? And you only can choose that if you're mindful, if you're paying attention, if you're being aware, and if you're doing the work. You have to do the work, right? Regardless if you want to be an artist, you want to, whatever you want to do, you got to do the work. A lot of times you don't understand it's just work. You want to get out of that depression, you got to do the work, right? If you want to build your self-esteem, you gotta do the work. You
Yo,
gotta have confidence.
yo,
I
that,
love
that
that.
is, hey, that's a slogan, man. That could be a slogan. That gotta be in one of your next songs. You know what I mean? You gotta do the work.
You gotta do the work.
Yo, and it's cool the way that metaphor. I hope you guys caught that metaphor. When he said that pressure has to go somewhere, but he also said make it go somewhere that can benefit you. Use that as motivational, guys. Don't open that bottle towards your loved one. Turn that bottle towards the other way so you can make it go that way or that way. Hey man, this was a great interview, brother. Hey man, can you tell the people where they can find your music and everything else about
Hey, listen, man, my music is available everywhere on all streaming platforms. Fabric Sowens, VAVRIXOWENS. You can see me performing in the city. Instagram is VAVRIX7. Reach out, man. I'm always doing stuff for the community outside of just performing. I'm throwing shows for artists. I do mental health workshops for the community as well. I'm a part of a nonprofit organization called For the Love. We have some cool events coming up, so check our Instagram page out as well. Just shout out everybody. I shout out, show the world. Shout out, like you said, confidence has no competition. And I'll leave y'all with this, man. It is collaboration over competition. Everybody can eat. It's enough room at the top for everybody.
That's right, man. Hey, man, I don't need to say no more, man. He done closed it off on me. Trying to take my job type. But, hey, man, this is Black Sheep. It's what we do. We connect, and we be a part of a team so we can help the globe. All right, man. We out.
Black Sheep, we out, baby.